Hi, I'm Norm Abram for This Old House Classics.
And I'm Steve Thomas. So Norm, what is the most common reason buildings fail?
No question about it. It all has to do with water. Moisture penetrating the roof, coming through the foundation, even through the walls themselves. If you keep the water out and away from the building, you extend the life indefinitely.
A classic solution. From the man, from This Old House Classics.
One of the attractions in Seattle that you can't miss if you come here is the farmer's market. It's 7 acres of shops, stalls, fruits, acres of fruits, seafood, some of the finest seafood on the Pacific Northwest, as well as shops selling specialty items, all sorts of naturally grown vegetables, toys, etc. It's been here for 75 years, and about 15 or 20 years ago it was threatened with demolition. Some developers wanted to put in a huge parking garage, but the citizens of the area had a referendum and had the whole market declared a National Historic Landmark. It's its own historic district, and that's why it's still here. But the main reason it's surviving is because the people use it all the time, and that's because it's mixed use. The area is not simply commercial. There's apartments tucked in behind some of the shop fronts, and then there's high-rise towers way off in the distance. There's people here 24 hours a day, coming to shop as well as to enjoy the restaurants and the view. Right around the corner from the farmer's market here in downtown Seattle, I'm walking along First Avenue in an area that was first developed 100 years ago with beautiful classic commercial-style shop fronts and office space above and so forth. In the last 30 years, this whole district became kind of a classic example of urban blight. You had many shop fronts that just went out of business, but then you also had other businesses such as tattoo parlors and adult bookstores and so forth. What's happened here is that a very sensitive developer has bought up about 6 square blocks of these buildings, has done a fantastic job of renovating and restoring, really, all the character of the outside. The facades look probably the way they did back in 1890 when they were built in this commercial style. And what they've done on the insides is adaptive reuse in many cases. For example, this corner building, which is probably about a 100-foot facade, all in brick and terracotta, has been totally restored. The inside has been put to a new use. It's now a gem of a little hotel. I looked at it, I was so taken by it that I called project architect Alan Granger, and I had a long talk with him about how you go about doing something like this. This is a very elegant space, Alan. What did you have to do here?
Most important thing we had to do was to correct all the changes that had been made over the years because of the different uses that the building had been put to.
Well, what did it look like when you started?
Got some photographs here to show you, Bob. This shows the exterior of the building. There was retail use at street level, but the upper floors of the building were totally abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to that, they'd been used as a parking garage. Automobile elevators had been added on the back of the building to get cars up to the upper floors.
Did we just enter on this side through?
That's right. This used to be an open arch. You can see that it was filled in to let there'd be more room for parking. It's now been reopened to create a light well, to give light to the guest rooms and also to the lobby where we're standing now.
So it's been brought back to the original design.
That's right. This is what the upper floor looked like, with water standing on the asphalt paving. The whole roof had to be replaced.
Quite an undertaking. A brave developer indeed. What makes a project like this succeed?
It's not renovating one building in an oasis. It's creating a new neighborhood downtown. The key there is that it's a mixed-use development with not just commercial and retail, but residential uses. That's perhaps the most important thing, to make it 24 hours a day alive.
A lively area, yeah.
That's correct.
Okay. But what about, doesn't this property have historic landmark designation? Isn't that a real big factor?
Yes, it is, but there's advantages and disadvantages. The disadvantages are that very strict guidelines had to be followed in rehabilitating the exterior of the building.
Which, of course, drives the price up.
That's correct. The advantages, of course, are that there are extensive tax credits to be achieved with this kind of approved rehabilitation, and the investor or developer can take advantage of those and save the buildings.
The tax incentives are a big factor, too.
That's right.
Well, I think you've done a great job. Thanks for showing us. You know, while taking a building such as this and renovating requires a great deal of money and talent and patience, it's quite a success. But about 10 minutes from here, we looked at another type of housing with a different twist, kind of a nautical theme. Let's take a look at that.
need a paint that'll come through with flying colors? Head to the folks in the red vest, because Ace quality paints offer the one-coat coverage and durability you need to do the job right. That's another reason Ace is a place for the helpful hardware folks.
The ad for the apartment said has potential. That means get ready to roll up your sleeves. Oh, I had professional help for the big jobs, but every time I took on a new project, my confidence grew.
Daptex is the only insulating foam sealant that cleans up with water, and that's neat.
HGTV is changing the look of homes across the country.
It's like a giant bird.
It kind of looks like a spaceship.
It just looks a little funky.
It just looks like fun.
Extreme homes. Meet real people living in some pretty unreal places, like banks and bowling alleys, fish and fire stations, windmills and water towers.
I think you found an extreme home here.
Extreme homes. Tonight at 8:30 on HGTV, Home and Garden Television.
You're watching This Old House Classics on HGTV Weekend Mornings. Constructive ideas, step-by-step instructions, and sound advice.
I'm about 5 minutes from the heart of Seattle, and we've come out here to meet with a local architect, Lasse Jaakkola, who has been involved in the construction and design of a number of houseboats here. Hello, Lasse. How are you?
Hi, Bob. How are you?
Tell us where we are exactly.
We're at Roanoke Reef, and Roanoke Reef is a new houseboat development.
Is it like a condominium project?
Right, yeah. You can think of it as a condominium on water. And what we have here is the entry structure to the development. People come, park their cars, greet their guests.
This is all on water?
This is on water, but this particular area happens to be on piers.
I see.
The houseboats themselves float and then are attached to the pier.
Okay, so what you're buying here instead of a lot of land is the rights to a section of water, right?
That's correct, yeah.
You know, a lot of people probably know that Seattle is on Puget Sound, but we're not on Puget Sound right now, are we?
No, we're on Lake Union, and Seattle has two lakes, Lake Washington and Lake Union, both connected to Puget Sound, which is then connected to Pacific Ocean.
So you could sail all the way to Alaska from this lake?
Yeah, we sure can.
Now, having a houseboat on a lake is not a problem because you don't have to worry with about tidal problems and so forth, right?
Right. There are a couple of things we don't have to worry about: tides and saltwater corrosion.
Yeah, that's terrific. How many houses have you actually designed and built here?
We've done 4 so far.
Can we take a look at some?
Yeah, let's take a look.
Great. Lasse, how many houses or houseboats will actually be on this dock?
Well, there'll be 20 of them, 10 on each side, and 10 of them are built.
Which ones have you done?
Well, we've done this first one right here.
I love it.
We're just putting the finishing touches on it, and the owner's moving in.
Terrific. What do they float on?
They float on a concrete barge that's filled with styrofoam.
Okay. What are the limitations in terms of how big you can make one of these houses?
Well, this particular development happens to have a 24 by 44 horizontal dimension and 21-foot height limitation.
Do they have to meet certain city codes and so forth?
All city codes have to be met along with the Uniform Building Code.
Really? What about problems such as high winds and so forth?
They're designed for basically an 88-mile-an-hour wind, which equals one of the code requirements, and we've had winds here up to almost 60 miles an hour.
This one really catches my eye. It's got a real nautical flavor to it. Is this one of yours also?
This is one of mine, yes. Not everybody wants a nautical flavor, but these clients did, yes.
I really love it. Can I ask you one unaesthetic question? What about plumbing and waste and electricity and all the mechanicals needed for it? Where do they come in?
Well, the developer has provided all the service facilities under this dock, and each individual owner then just plugs right into it. The sewer goes into the city sewer system. We plug into the city electrical system and the water system.
They all are different. I mean, this blue one we were just looking at has the boat flavor, but this is kind of like a cubist design. I guess that's one thing that stands out is that although it's kind of a condominium development, there's a real variety.
There is a variety. As we've mentioned, every owner hires their own architects and designs the house to their own taste. This one happens to be a cottagey type Cape Cod, and we're going to shingle this one.
Really?
My son Jason died in a car accident on April 3rd, '95. So I thought right away about donating his organs, because about 5 months before this accident, he said to me, "Mom, if anything ever happened to me, you should donate all my organs." And I just, you know, I had never thought of it. And I said to him, "Why?" And he says, "Because I feel like I'm still living. And I know that he's happy I did that. It makes me feel good."
You are cordially invited to rediscover Oregon's forests. Because the more you know, the more you'll appreciate how things are changing in the forest. In areas like stream protection, wildlife habitat, reforestation, and other forest practices. If you want to know where to find the latest information, call us and then draw your own conclusions. Or better yet, call us to arrange a field trip to the forest. It's an invitation to see for yourself.
When Sears puts appliances on sale, they do it big. All appliances, all electronics, all computers, great brands, cool stuff you can really plug into. The big weekend sale. Nobody turns on a sale like Sears.
Base Camp Forester report.
Me? Doing great. This Subaru Forester is a blast to drive. It's got a lot more horsepower than a CR-V. This all-wheel drive goes to anything. Handles easy as a cart.
Yes, yes, I know all about the Forester. I meant your mission. Did you rendezvous with your partner?
Oops.
Oh, she's gonna pay for this.
The new Subaru Forester. Sport utility tough, car easy.
There's something new growing in the valley. Introducing Garden Vegetable Ranch. Hearty vegetables blended with the original ranch. Only from Hidden Valley. There's a garden in every bottle.
Make big money with your money. If you're an investor who wants to make money in the global economy of the 21st century, listen closely. The foreign exchange marketplace is 60 times the volume of the New York Stock Exchange. Unique financial concepts can show you how. By investing in the foreign exchange market, you can take advantage of the US dollar versus all the foreign currencies. The Swiss franc, the Deutschmark, the British pound, and the Japanese yen. For example, let's say you wanted to take advantage of the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. In a recent one-month period, the Japanese yen moved 10 points. Positioned properly, you could have made over $35,000 on an investment of only $5,000. Get the complete reports and strategies on the foreign exchange market. Learn how you can invest in the same markets that the major banks and financial institutions use to make their profits. See how $5,000 could return over $35,000 in just a few months. The information package is free, and so is the call. Get the facts that you need to make your next investment a wise one.
Whoa, is this another neighborhood that we're entering over here? Or?
Yeah, well, Bob, this is what I wanted to show you over here. This is an example of what houseboat life was really like until recently. Most of these houses that you see here are left over from the logging camps and from the days when people used to float logs and cut timber on the lake. And
you mean they built them just for temporary housing when they were filling the lake up with lumber?
Exactly, yeah.
So that could have been, what, 80 years ago or something?
Oh, the turn of the century, I'd say. The loggers built these as temporary housing.
And what happened to them? Is it an alternative housing? Is it very inexpensive? What's the deal here?
Well, not anymore. It's not very inexpensive. But most of the people that live on these houseboats own the houses and lease the water space on a monthly basis.
What do you pay for one of those?
Well, you can pay upward of $100,000 for one of these old Hummers.
You've got to be kidding.
Yep.
Well, I suppose it might be chic. How about taking a look at the inside of one of these new ones?
Okay, good. I'll show you one we're building.
Great.
Watch your step on the gangplank, because we're still under construction.
Now, is this going to be the front door around here?
No, that'll be a utility entrance. The front door is over here.
Well, let's have a little geography lesson first.
All right. This is our front door, Bob. We'll be coming in here at an intermediate level, and then we'll go upstairs to the bedrooms.
And a loft up there?
That's right. This is what we call our crow's nest.
Okay.
Then we come down to an intermediate level. From here, we can go down to the living room or to the kitchen. We'll come to the kitchen.
Boy, this is really complicated. You got a lot of different floor levels going in here,
Well, we try and make it
you?
interesting by doing that.
Yeah, and then all this area will be
this
dining
is all
and
kitchen
living?
and dining.
Wonderful. What kind of a floor will you have in here?
We're going to have a tile floor.
Now, won't that be awfully cold on top of the water?
No, not really, Bob, because what we're doing is we're pumping air underneath this floor and keeping it nice and warm.
Okay, I see. Tell me one thing. I mean, the boat's rocking. What we've got here basically is a concrete box, a barge, right?
That's right.
And it's floating in the water, and you're trying to build something that's plumb and true and level. How do you do it? You can't use a...
Well, no, you can't. When we get the barge from a subcontractor, the barge is not always regular and true and flat. It's irregular.
Right.
And so what we do is we string strings from corner to corner and establish an artificial plane.
Okay.
A flat surface, not level, but flat.
Yeah.
And from that flat surface, then we can work up to our other levels by measuring. And we use lots of trigonometry and calculations, and particularly, we use large tools like this sheet of plywood, that we can put up and make sure that walls are straight.
Gotcha, a giant framing square.
Large framing squares.
Okay, but you're building it in place. Wouldn't it be easier to build it someplace else and drag it out here where it's going to live?
No, it becomes real dangerous because we get sail area.
Yeah.
And it's like a boat, a sailboat. The more sail area, the greater the wind force on it.
Yeah.
And so it's better to keep a low profile and bring it in, and then we'll build up from there.
Well, talking about that, you've got nothing but water around here. How do you build the sidewalls and finish
Well, what we do is we make these outriggers right here. You see these plywood outriggers here. We bolt to the side of the float.
Yeah.
And we load all our lumber on here before we move it around. And then once the lumber is gone, we can set up our scaffolding to do the siding and put on our windows and work from there.
You couldn't just have a construction float there?
No, because the construction float and the floating home would work against each other in the waves.
See, I got you. What about construction detailing? Is there anything out of the ordinary in here?
Well, we use standard 2x4 construction on interior walls. We're now trying to use 2x6 framing on the outside walls to get our maximum insulation.
Yeah, but when I look up at the ceilings in here, that doesn't look very standard. You've got those massive beams.
Well, in this particular case, it was the owner's desire to create a cottagey effect with large beams like these 3x12s and 6x12s. We're using planking.
Is that planking structural, or is that...
Well, it's I got a sample of it right here, Bob. It's a tongue and groove planking. 2x6 tongue and groove hemlock. It's very structural, but it looks very nice.
Yeah, indeed. Hey, what are the winters like in Seattle? It must be very cold. How are you planning to heat something like this?
Well, it's not really cold, Bob. It's kind of a mild winter, but we'll get some snow occasionally.
So will you have oil, gas, electric?
No. Oil and gas require flexible connections between the house and the dock.
And you'd have to have a storage space for the fuel.
That's right, yeah, and it becomes very dangerous in flexible conditions.
So what will you be doing?
We have a heat pump, and we're using a water-to-air heat pump. We're extracting heat out of the lake water and turning it into forced air.
Mm-hmm. So you get the BTUs right out of the water.
That's right. And with the lake temperature varying from 45 to 65 degrees, we're in the right range, and we can turn that system around and cool with it during the summertime.
Terrific. Not too much money for that. You know, leaning up against a heavy table saw just made me think of one other thing. How do you calculate the weights that, I mean, conceivably somebody could bring in so much furniture and stuff in a 2,000-pound statue, let's say, that you would have some real problems. You could maybe even sink this barge. How do you compensate for all those variables?
Well, that's right. We have to calculate everything beforehand. We calculate the weights of the materials, furnishings, appliances, books, everything. All our equipment, down to the very, very smallest detail. But if a person does want to do that, bring in a hot tub, for instance, we can compensate by putting additional flotation underneath to push that low corner up to make the houseboat level.
So you just increase the amount of styrofoam, really, that's within that concrete barge.
That's, well, not within it, but underneath it.
Giving it more buoyancy.
That's
Good.
right.
Hey, can we take a look at a finished product around here?
Yeah, come on, I'll show you the one that we did 2 years ago.
Okay.
America's front porch, more than just shelter from the sun and rain. For many, it's a harbor for memories. Join HGTV as we celebrate the history of the porch, America's window to the world. From spacious verandas in the south to intimate balconies in the north, discover the many architectural styles and learn how to turn your modern-day porch into a private paradise. The porch, America's window to the world. Tonight at 9, only on HGTV.
Base Camp to Forester, report.
Me? Doing great. This Subaru Forester is a blast to drive. It's got a lot more horsepower than a CRV. This all-wheel drive goes to anything. Handles easy as a cart.
Yes, I know all about the Forester. I meant your mission. Did you rendezvous with your partner?
Oops.
Oh, she's gonna pay for this.
The new Subaru Forester. Sport utility tough, car easy.
Boy, come on, we gotta go.
Take the
screen off.
The screen's stuck.
Hey! You stay away from here! Lori! Stuck!
Bella! Bella!
Only Pella Windows offers the built-in roll screen, so you'll never have to hassle with your screens again. Pella, viewed to be the best.
If your tar roof looks like this, try the easy, inexpensive way to restore or protect your roof and at the same time save energy. Snow Roof is as white as snow to reflect the sun's rays and keep your home cooler. 3 simple systems make it easy for you to select the economical system for your roof. With a good roof, use Snow Roof. To get a new roof, the 5-coat system with fabric. Snow Roof goes where the water flows and stops leaks. Snow Roof products are available at home centers and hardware stores and these fine retailers near you.
Of the many innovative products we've brought you over the years, there's none that touches your life every day more than this. Introducing the new Smart Water System from GE. Our monitor filtration system produces fresher, better-tasting water, while our digital softening system makes the water softer, clothes cleaner and brighter. The incredible new Smart Water System for the whole home. Only GE could make technology so delicious.
Oh, this is impressive.
Well, thank you, Bob.
I mean, there's a sense of choice here in this foyer. You can either go up the stairs or down the stairs over here to different decks like on board ship. And as you go up here, it's really fantastic. It's like being on a 19th century schooner, kind of a luxurious yacht. Are these structural or are they hollow?
These are really structural. They're not decorative columns. And the roof is conventionally framed on 2 ridge beams, and everything is carried centrally on these beams.
So that's what really allows you to have this sense of being below deck.
That's right.
Of course, it's really carried through with luxurious touches like the grand piano, the fireplace, and this whole glazed in. This would be the bow, wouldn't it? I mean, it's pointing right out into that body of water and all the boats passing by, and of course the motion of the water is almost hypnotic, and the movement of the boat. What about getting seasick on board?
Well, it's not too bad, but if you are, Bob, let's go get some fresh air.
How about some Dramamine? Do you keep that around for guests? Oh, this is superb.
Yeah?
Yeah, I needed that breeze. This is like being on the flying bridge on a 100-foot yacht.
That's right.
Fantastic.
All the houses, I think, have these small decks like this.
Really makes it fantastic. What catches my eye everywhere I go is not just the use of mahogany, but the quality of the workmanship. I mean, the doors, the casings, everything. It's just superbly joined.
That's right. Here, let me show you this. This is by one of the finest craftsmen in the Pacific Northwest. Everything is done by local craftspeople, stained glass. This is our refreshment cabinet. And we have carrying the same detail throughout. Columns over here on both sides. All mahogany, brass sink, little touches like this over here.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's absolutely exquisite. Hey, look at the, we're really getting a lot of movement. Look at the chandelier over the dining room table.
Well, on busy boat days, we get that kind of movement, yeah.
I guess there's no harm to be done.
No.
They could get pretty noisy after a while, couldn't they?
Exactly, especially during the nighttime.
Okay, so here we've got a galley, and this is really a bar, isn't it?
This is our casual eating bar, lounging around.
Fantastic leather stools. And
yep.
Man-made marble throughout.
Exactly.
The galley itself is not very small, though. It's
no.
Ample space. And, of course, these ridges carry the whole length of this house and allow you to have these skylights everywhere, which really do look like open hatches aboard an old sailing vessel. And got plenty of cabinet space everywhere. And beautiful detailing. Again, the doors have the mahogany. And the mahogany's carried throughout, even on this little greenhouse window. I love it. Well, we've looked at one level below decks, and I imagine that someplace we've got bedrooms or staterooms aboard.
That's right, even further down below decks.
Let's
Why
go
don't
take
we
a look.
come on down?
Okay.
First, let me show you the library area down here, Bob. Our library is right here. We're trying to maximize every square inch of space that we have.
Yeah,
That's why we really think about all these very particular items. We're using mirrors behind the bookshelves to try and give some sense of depth to these very tight spaces that we're forced to work with.
Okay, what's on the other end?
The other end, we have another small stateroom and powder room. And on this end over here, we have the master stateroom.
Not bad. It's not huge, but it's a very comfortable size.
It's a very comfortable room.
Yeah.
We have built-in closets over here.
Very, very
built-in
big.
dressers, shoe storage. Everything is very custom, very well thought out.
Yeah. No wasted space whatsoever,
We absolutely try not to waste any space at all.
Yeah. Excellent. Where's the master bath?
Master bath is right through here.
Very nice.
And again, Bob, we're trying to...
What's that contraption right there?
Emphasize special details like the heated towel bar, storage for towels, that will also double as a small window seat for putting on your shoes and things like that.
And then,
this leads out to our deck that has a hot tub.
I don't think you forgot anything.
Well, we're trying not to.
I'll tell you, I'd be sold if I knew what the ticket was. How much do you have to pay for a house like this?
Well,
used, obviously.
Well, there's three costs, Bob. There's a cost for the water rights, which is about $150,000 to $175,000. Allows you to moor your house on this spot. Small monthly maintenance charge that everybody pays, and then the cost of the house again from $150,000 on up, depending on the amenities.
So anywhere you look at it, over $300,000 for this type of housing.
I think so, yeah.
Fantastic. All right.
Good.
Sign me up for 3.
3.
Okay.
Good enough.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of This Old House Classics. And we hope you'll be with us again as we look back at these memorable programs of the past. Until then, I'm Norm Abram for This Old House Classics.
An energy-efficient apartment complex is a great resource for ideas as our high-tech home project continues on This Old House Classics next Saturday at noon Eastern here on Home and Garden Television.
Thanks for watching This Old House Classics on HGTV Weekend Mornings. Please join us again next weekend for more serious building, remodeling, gardening, and landscaping. And don't forget, you can see another great This Old House Classics every weeknight at 7 Eastern right here on HGTV.
Get your home ready for winter with a great fall fix-up live on HGTV. Ron Hazelton, Pat Simpson, and Jody Mark show you how to save money and stay comfortable this winter. Plus, winter maintenance tips for your house, condo, or apartment. Don't miss the great fall fix-up live. Thursday night at 8 on HGTV, Home and Garden Television.